What's up, nerds? OBD back for MTG Next Door. I've got a visitor here today. I've
What
got
up?
Stitch. Oh, twinkly fingers.
Yep.
So I think this is day 4. We've been debating this for a few minutes.
And we've never done a video together.
Never.
You get
No, we
knives?
have.
We have?
We have.
I didn't know. You want my knife? You want the
knife?
horror knife? There you
The
go.
horror knife.
Yes, we have it. And let's, as we're going through, I did not realize that this was Ancient Copper Dragon.
Yeah.
Thank you, J3PO, for cluing us in on that. And apparently that's like a $70 hit. And that's why I put it in the sleeve immediately, because I damaged cards.
I was going to say, in his video, I was so nervous because he was slamming packs. I was like, bro, just please put it in the freaking sleeve.
Yeah, get it away from the knife.
A stab.
All right.
All right, so anyway, we're going to, again, the commons we're just going to blow through. So you want to get the next pack?
Yeah, sure.
So Haste Magic, Shinra Reinforcements, Town Greeter, Ice Magic, Dwarven Sky, Monk's Fist. Oh, what is this? Luca Stadium. Artifact. So it's an artifact land?
That's cool.
No, it's an artifact. What is the... Okay. Strixhaven Stadium. Is that a good card?
I have no idea.
All right, so for 3, artifact, tap, added a colorless. Put a point counter on this artifact. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter from this artifact. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a point counter on this artifact. Then, if it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all, and the player... And
Does it lose the game?
That player loses the game.
Fantastic.
J3.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do this.
Play all the loses the game
Yes,
stuff.
please.
Yeah.
Just kill us in horrible ways.
Yes,
Please.
That's
for
I
the
think
love
what the
of God.
theme of this Final
Okay,
Fantasy.
that's my
What goes
favorite.
on top?
That's my favorite card. Okay, Phoenix down. Realm Sketching. This is actually cool. It's just a kind of generic copy card. Very, very good. Reach the Horizon. Rydia Summoner of Mist. Ooh, who's this fancy person? Is that? I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl.
Yeah,
It says Jill, but does that really matter?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter anymore. All right, so Jill, Shiva's dominant. Oh, wow.
Yeah, here we go. So we get why they play these games now. Yeah, ambiguous sexual references.
There you go. 2 and a blue for legendary creature, human noble warrior. When Jill enters, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So okay, you can bounce stuff.
Bounty.
Yeah, 3 and 2 blue. Tap, exile Jill, then return it to the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery. So it then comes back as an enchantment creature. Good lord. Mesmerize for chapters 1 and 2. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Kind of cool. And then chapter 3, Cold Snap. Tap all lands. Oh, that's mean.
Yes.
Tap all lands your opponent's control. Exile Shiva, then return it to the battlefield. So basically, it goes away and then comes back.
That makes Brago all day.
That's so mean.
Yes.
Tap all lands. Gross. Okay.
Why did we buy this box? I want these cards now.
Yeah, well, do it. J3, just go ahead and put that into a deck. All right, there you go. And a hero frog, because of course frogs. You know what? I'm still gonna put this on the.
It loses the game. You keep going, because I'm gonna be upside down. Well, I'm not doing that thing that Phosphorus Girl does. Throw. I think that drives people a little crazy, but that's
It
fine.
drives me crazy.
Go away. You don't need to be here.
All right, Weapons Vendor, Haste Magic, Shinra Reinforcements, Ice Magic. So far, this is exactly the same pack.
Yeah.
Town Greeter, Hill Gigas. Oh, another fancy thing. Gilgamesh. So it's a rare Gilgamesh weapon
It's
collector.
an epic poem.
Right. The Epic of Gilgamesh. So 5 and a red, legendary creature, human barbarian. Love it. I love barbarians. 3/3. When Gilgamesh enters, you may search your library for an equipment card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. That's kind of cool. Whenever Gilgamesh attacks for the first time each turn, untap it and all samurai you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat. Wow.
There you go. All right.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna put that on top as well. Ether. So
is that rare?
Extra. Yeah, it's a rare.
Oh, okay. All right.
So extra combat phase with this fancy dancy art.
Love it.
Brad. All right. Ether, Fire Magic, Snow Villiers.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh, shut up. And another fancy art, Summon Anima. It's an uncommon, but you know what? That art is like straight out of like a 70s metal album. So I'm gonna read it.
Read it.
4 and 2 black for an enchantment creature, Saga Horror for 4/4. First 3 chapters are pain. You draw a card and you lose 1 life.
Okay.
Not horrible, because in black there's no real good way to draw except for hurting yourself.
Yes.
And then for chapter 4, each opponent sacrifices a creature of theirs of their choice and loses 3 life. Just mean.
Okay, yeah, it's just adding fuel to the fire.
So here's my only question: is does an enchantment creature saga die after? Because it doesn't say exile
No.
after you finish this. Because
No.
most sagas do.
Yeah, so you do the saga, and then it's just a 4/4.
Okay, cool. Clive's Hideaway.
Yell at us in the comments because we're probably wrong.
Yeah, most likely wrong. All right, so it's a land town Hideaway 4. Hideaway 4 is my
That's
favorite.
you.
All right, so basically just look at the top 4 cards of your deck and then shove
Tuck
one under exile with this. I just
Right.
tuck it underneath it.
Yep.
Tap, add for a generic 2 and a tap. You may play the exile card without paying its mana cost if you control 4 or more legendary creatures. That's not hard to do.
No, not in this set. This thing
That's
is
cool.
apparently
Ooh,
with.
triple rare pack.
There you go.
Wow, rad. So Matoya, Archon Elder, 2 and a blue, legendary creature, human warlock, 1 and 4. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. Not horrible.
Yeah,
That's exactly
that's
what you
what you
want.
expect, right?
Island and whatever that is.
Yeah.
All right. So
What's the main creature in these meebles or whatever they're called?
the meeples?
Meeples, whatever they are.
The Moogles.
Moogles, that's
Moogles?
it. Yeah, it's okay.
The
it's
meeples.
fine. It's fine.
It's the Muppets.
It's the Muppets. They had to have Muppets because look at the size of the sword.
Dude, okay. Imagine Muppets in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so
Here we go.
no, Kermit would be he would have to be a bard
Yeah.
of some
Okay.
sort, but
all
like
right.
a mystical bard. So when he sings a song, like something happens.
Oh my god. Yeah. All right.
All right, just
Fine.
think about it.
Just all right.
No, Piggy's a barbarian.
Yeah, of course. What's Gonzo? Amoeba.
An artificer.
He's a Moogle.
He's an
He's
artificer.
an artificer.
Yep.
Okay.
Light of Judgment, Sephiroth's Intervention, Gigantoad, sorry.
Yeah.
Stuck in the Summoner's
I like
what?
Gigatode.
You're Not Alone, Adventurer's Airship, Blitzball, and another good lord, look at this dude. Golbez, Clad in Darkness. This dude's rad, man.
Okay.
3 and 2 black for a 5/4 legendary creature, human knight. Whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Golbez deals 1 damage to each opponent. 1 in a black, each player mills a card. Okay, so he basically sets himself up.
I like it.
That's rad. Oh, there's something fancy back there. Zidane Tantalus Thief.
Okay.
So tantalizing.
Tantalizing thief.
Tantalizing Thief. He just
Why
gives
are
a
you
little-
allowing your kids to play this game?
He gives you a little tickle as he
Right,
steals
yeah,
stuff
they're
from
buying this game for children.
Sorcerer's Schemes.
13 and up.
Yeah,
Note.
right. Sleep Magic. That's just sleep magic is just just some meds you take to go
Yeah,
to bed.
no, it's a roofie.
Yeah, exactly.
Roofie.
All right, so the Darkness Crystal. So I know you got the Earth Crystal earlier. So black spells cost 1 less to cast. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it and you gain 2 life.
I just don't like the price on that. Like, it's just too much.
For 4?
Yeah, it's
That's
too
not
much.
horrible.
You're doing it for doing similar stuff for 2 with the medallions.
Yeah,
So,
I guess. And then 4 and 2 black, put target creature card exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield tapped under your control with 2 additional 1/1.
well, that's why you're showing up. You should have read
that's
that
why you're
part.
doing
Yeah.
All right, and then look at this guy, the Wandering Minstrel.
Okay.
Okay, for
There's Gonzo.
True.
Or no, Kermit. Sorry,
That's Kermit. That is Kermit. Okay, so Kermit the Frog for a green and
Right.
blue, 1/3 legendary creature, human bard. Lands you control enter untapped. That's awesome. The Minstrel's Ballad. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token. That's all colors. So he does have all colors. So he's an all color commander. So for,
Yeah, well, you know where that goes. Gates.
yeah,
Gates.
definitely.
That works in Gates. Or Maze's End.
For 3 in Ruberg, other creatures you control get +X until the end of turn, where X is the number of towns you control. So it's not gates, but it's towns. But it's
I
still
know, but I'd just ignore that last line if I was You've already got a gate deck. I would buy that right now and throw that in the gate deck. Every
Yeah.
gate comes in untapped.
Yep. No, that's absolutely rad. And then Charlene, Nation of Scholars, and
Right.
then Hero Copy. I'm still gonna put this Lucas Stadium on top.
That's fine.
That is
Loses the game.
That is my jam right there. So, J3, you're going to have some fun and terrible things to do to us.
Yeah.
And we expect them soon.
No 9-minute video for you today. Sorry.
Namuzu Trader, Airship Crash, Retrieve the Esper, Fate of the Suncrist, Red Mage's Rapier, Black Mage's Rod,
Jesus Christ. Okay, just keep going.
Grab
I'm
his
12
rod.
years old here.
Laughing
Portable
Mad,
hole.
Magitech armor, Dark Knight's greatsword, Batman's greatsword, Valkyrie aerial unit, the Emperor of Palamecia,
Okay, hard to say.
Choco Seeker of Paradise. I think you might have already gotten this one. I'm not 100% sure, but it's for a legendary creature bird, 3/5 for 1 green, white, and a blue. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand, then put any number of land counters from among them onto the battlefield, tapped, and the rest into your graveyard. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, Choco gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's kind of a weak landfall,
Yeah.
but I mean, for bird tribal,
Hey,
if you're,
Final Fantasy isn't to birds. Apparently, birds were a big deal in this game.
it's a bird, it's a birdie thing.
Yeah.
Final days, a mountain, and a bird.
In Final Fantasy, the bird is the word. That goes on the bottom. That was not a great pack.
That was not a good pack. All right,
2 more.
2 more for today.
This is what happens when you add another face to the video to talk. So I just... Yeah,
Well, we're
you
only
can-
at 11 minutes. We're not too
okay,
bad.
love it's good.
All right, so Red Mage's Rapier. It's the rod.
Uh-huh.
Take the rod again.
Okay.
Airship Crash, Retrieve the Esper, Fate of the Suncrest, Vincent's Limit Break, Hill Gigas, the Prime Vista, Evil Reawakened, Renoa Heart Lily, whatever.
Whatever.
Side Quest, Card Collection. That's what we're doing right now.
Right? That's it.
All right, Dark Confidant. Ooh, Mythic.
Yep.
Dark Confidant.
John Carr. Yeah, I know that card. Go
One,
ahead.
one in a black creature, human wizard, 2/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value.
This is
Interesting.
really, really bad. Yeah, especially in EDH, you don't care. I think this might actually be banned in EDH.
You think so?
Yeah, it might be.
Okay,
There's a million ways to make that go wrong.
that's awesome though.
Yeah, Dark Confidant is a great card.
Valkyrie aerial unit is your foil. Gone Town of Ruin and a hero bird token. So you think that's banned?
I don't know. I'll look up between videos.
All right, last pack for today. All right, Mysidian Elder, Shiner Reinforcements, Summon Fat Chocobo. Large Chocobo.
Yeah,
Oversized Chocobo?
I don't even know what a chocobo is.
Extra loving Chocobo.
Maybe chocobo is the opposite of the rods. Maybe that's it.
Grab your Chocobo.
Yeah,
Grab your
grab
fat
you by the
Chocobo.
chocobo. Yeah, oh, don't go there, please. Not on this channel. Not on this channel.
Sage's New Lith's Weapons Vendor, Haste Magic, Grand Pulse Ocha, whatever. Auron's Inspiration, Travel the Overworld, Albed's Salvagers, and then
Full art what?
Prompto Arg.
Not going to work here anymore.
Yeah, not gonna work
Sorry.
anymore. All right, Stizzlekin.
Okay.
What? Stiltskin?
Stiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin?
It's Rumpelstiltskin.
Moogle Merchant.
We've arrived.
All right, Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, he
What-
sells Moogles. These we were talking about you earlier, Rumpelstiltskin. What do you got?
One white for 1/2 legendary creature Moogle has lifelink. 2 and a tap. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. If they do, you draw a card. So you basically just have horrible creatures and just send them
I just
over.
built that deck.
Thieves Knife Island and this guy. All right, so you have 6 more packs. I've not seen. So we're still looking for Cloud and Sephiroth.
Right.
So we're at the end of the box.
This is it.
So-
6 more.
So 6 more.
Bing, bang, boom.
That's still
That's
pretty
the
cool.
one. That's the
but
one.
dude, the ancient copper dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, just let's look at this.
Let's bask in all the glory.
Look at that thing.
Oh, boy.
Legit
All right.
jealous. All right, we'll see you later.
Later.
Bye.